Comics.
Welcome back, True Believers. Today we're going to talk about the fiasco that is Diamond Comics. So if you're not familiar, for over about 25 years, one company controlled almost every comic book you bought in local shops, Diamond Comic Distributors. They had what you would basically call a monopoly on getting Marvel, DC, Image, and all the rest of comic books from the printers and publishers into your hands in comic book stores. But earlier this year, Diamond went bankrupt and they were sold, and the fallout has been a real mess. When Diamond filed Chapter 11 in, I think it was January, shops lost that central system that they used to manage pull lists and reorders. Big publishers like Marvel and DC had already jumped ship years ago. Back in COVID, they had started to kind of phase Diamond out because they saw the writing on the walls. But smaller companies and other publishers like Boom, IDW, Dynamite, and many, many others were still tied to Diamond. It was an easy system. They were used to it. They didn't really want to change, or they didn't have the ability to change into a larger or different distribution model. That's why some fans started seeing missing books, though. Delays, there was chaos on New Comic Book Day, and a lot of other things that happened to sort of just make it really complicated. Now, it's gotten even messier. Diamond wants to liquidate millions of dollars of unsold comics from over 100 publishers to pay off creditors. It's legal, technically, but basically they're taking stuff that they've had in stock that is on consignment from different publishers and manufacturers, and they're going to basically claim it as their own, sell it, and pay off their debts. So these books are, just sitting there in Diamond's warehouses, trades, back issues, maybe even some variant covers, I don't know, and it's part of this legal tug-of-war that's going on in the courts. All those books are, eventually going to flood the market at some point. If they're going to get sold, if they get liquidated, they're going to end up in like Books A Million and who knows where else. I'm not sure what'll happen. But here's the big question. With Diamond's monopoly gone, is it actually good for readers? Is it good for the industry? I know there's a lot of people out there that have basically cheered the fact that Diamond has gone bankrupt, but they did act like a gatekeeper, right? Like they did have a process where you had to basically be on their list in order to end up in most comic book stores in North America. And if you didn't get on their list, you weren't part of it. So a lot of smaller shops just never were able to get past that, or not shops, a lot of smaller publishers weren't able to really get on there. And indie titles, maybe Kickstarter books, it was hard sometimes, and they had this control. On the other hand, without this central distribution center, without this sort of monopoly that has existed, shops now have to juggle multiple accounts with Lunar, Penguin, Random House, and other distributors that are out there. There's more paperwork involved, more shipping, costs, possibly less diversity on shelves if stores just decide to stick with the big publishers, Marvel and DC, because they know they can get that stuff. And if they can't, get through a bunch of other different publishers or other different distribution systems, then are they going to carry books? Is it going to make it even better for customers or worse? In the short term, it's chaos, missing books, legal battles, and stressed out retailers. Long term, it might actually be healthy, a freer market, more competition, maybe more variety for fans. For now, though, if your pull list feels a little broken, or if things in your comic shop seem a little chaotic, welcome to the new uncertain era of comic book distribution. I'd like to know your thoughts on it. What do you think? Is it a good thing that Diamond's gone? Is it a bad thing that Diamond's gone? Do you not care? You just want to get your books anyway? You can. It doesn't really matter to you. Let me know in the comments.
Comics.